Hey guys, my name is Claire. This is Claire Minded. In this video, I am explaining what is Dinacharya and Ritucharya in Ayurveda. So starting with Dinacharya. Dinacharya literally translates to daily routine. And in Ayurveda, it is so important to have a daily routine. We emphasize having the daily routine specifically in your morning. So creating a morning routine or a ritual that you do every single day. This is so important in Ayurveda, and we emphasize it so much because having an established morning routine will ultimately set you up for a more productive and more stable day. In our society, we move so quickly and we have so many decisions to make that we almost get decision fatigue in a way. So what having a daily routine or a Dinacharya in Ayurveda, creating that established morning routine, it is going to be something that you can count on every single day to stabilize you, calm you down, ground you into yourself, your body, and just establish this more productive connection between your mind, body, and spirit that can set you up for a more positive, productive day so you can deal with all different sorts of things kind of coming at you emotionally, physically, and you'll be able to handle them in a much more calmer, stable manner because of this established daily routine. For me, Dinacharya has created a huge impact because I've established a morning routine that has been able to make me feel more secure for my day. And having that sense of feeling of security and stability, I'm better able to tackle like problematic tasks and situations that kind of are just like thrown at you every day. And I feel like I'm better able to respond to them coming from a more in-tuned place because of my morning practices and my morning rituals. And I'm going to go over a lot of options that you can start to incorporate into your Dinacharya for your daily morning routine. And remember, you don't have to pick all of these. You can pick a few that work for you depending on your doshic balance. You can pick a few more specific type of practices that are going to be more beneficial for you. So kind of just a general overview of some examples of a Dinacharya practice are things such as waking up with or before the sunrise. And this kind of depends on your doshic balance too and your prakriti. If you're Kapha dosha, you're usually wanting to wake up an hour before sunrise. If you're Vata, it's totally okay to wake up with the sunrise. Elimination first thing in the morning. This is so important. You're cleansing your body, you're ridding yourself of anything that was stored in there and kind of just like lightening yourself for a new day. Tongue scraping is another big one. Tongue scraping is probably one of my all-time favorite Dinacharya practices because it's so satisfying seeing that in the morning. You're scraping your tongue, you're removing your ama and some like the icky coating, you're getting it off, and you're setting your digestive system up for a positive, super productive, stimulating day. After tongue scraping, oil pulling is a great practice. It almost emphasizes of pulling that ama and those toxins out of your mouth and your digestive system. Another Dinacharya practice in Ayurveda is Neti pot. And Neti pot is more specific towards Kapha doshas, or even if it's like springtime and you kind of want to clear out the nasal passageways, Neti pot is so great because it'll help you clear yourself of that congestion. After you Neti pot, another great practice to do is Nasya oil. And this is just when you put a little oil on your finger and put it inside of your nose to kind of help lubricate the nasal cavities. More practices that you can incorporate into your morning routine are things like pranayama, meditation, yoga asana, and prayer. And these are all super important to do, and you don't have to do all of them. Maybe just pick one or two, but by incorporating some pranayama, some meditation, or even some light yoga into your morning routine will ultimately help you connect a little bit deeper into your source, which is ultimately what you want to be doing before you start your day. You want to connect inward before we move outward and share our energy with the world, other people, other environments. So we really want to help stabilize that. Saying a quick prayer in the morning, whether it's a gratitude prayer or prayer to the higher power above, anything that feels connected to you and called to you and helps you connect ultimately down into yourself a little bit deeper is going to be huge in establishing in your Dinacharya morning ritual routine. A few more morning practices that you can incorporate into your Dinacharya are things like Anjana, which is eye cleansing. This is great to do in the summer for all doshas, or specifically the pitta dosha. If you're dealing with any sort of imbalance, cleansing the eyes is really great for pitta dosha. Abhyanga is a beautiful self-care practice, a self-oiled massage. You can always specify which oil you use depending on which dosha you're trying to treat or maintain. Dry brushing is a great morning practice, and then drinking just warm lemon water or herb water is super amazing. Incorporating any herbs into your diet are phenomenal, and depending on which doshas you're trying to treat, you can always specify which herbs you want to use. If you're trying to stimulate your digestive system, if you're trying to create more moisture in the body, herbs are amazing. Definitely try to incorporate as many as you can, but make sure you know what they're targeting in your body. This was an overview of Dinacharya practices that you can incorporate into your morning routine. And remember, you don't have to choose all of these. Depending on your unique makeup or your doshic imbalance that you're trying to work with right now, you can take a few of these and kind of make your own. I'll be having some more videos of specifically having a Dinacharya morning practice depending on which dosha. However, this was just a general overview that you can kind of pick and choose from, and try a few out, see what works for you, see what doesn't work for you, and then you'll really start to carve into your own unique morning routine that sets you up for the most productive day. Now, what is Ritucharya? Ritucharya in Ayurveda, it translates into seasonal routine. So it's very much similar to our daily routine that we had just talked about. However, the seasonal routine is kind of living in accordance to the seasons. So each dosha is kind of related to a specific time of year. We have late winter, early spring, which is more of that kapha time. We have the heat of summer, which is fully pitta. And then we have fall and late winter as more of the Vata time of year. So depending on what time of year it is, there are certain practices and things that we want to do to kind of help balance that. So for example, moving into the seasons, if it's late winter and early spring, this is a kapha time of year. So during kapha season, this is like a season of renewal and new life, rebirth, everything coming to life again, you know, things are melting from the winter. So having all this extra moisture kind of come in is actually dampening our digestive fire. And this can lead to allergies and illness and congestion. So during kapha season, the springtime, we're gonna wanna follow our seasonal routine by avoiding any cold substances or mucus causing foods like dairy. You want to focus more on steamed vegetables, light foods, whole grains, and dry granola, and that is going to help dry up any extra moisture that the springtime typically brings. Springtime, kapha time, is a great time for detox, and you want to incorporate warm baths and warm herbs into your practice, your consumption, and your life. And you want to avoid naps during the springtime or kapha time, because kapha time is always a little heavy, you're having a hard time moving, so you want to avoid naps because that's only going to drag you down a little bit deeper. And then after spring, we move into summer, which is pitta season. It is like the spike of fire in the whole year. So we will want to follow our seasonal routine during pitta season to avoid that excess fire. We are going to want to focus on consuming grounding, cool, and sweet foods. Emphasis on the cooling herbs and foods. You want to avoid spicy foods, alcohol, or excess salt. You want to take part in light activities like swimming or hiking because we're already going to have a lot of excess heat during summertime. We want to balance that by incorporating some, slower moving yin yoga, something to cool and ground us down. You want to drink lots of water, coconut water, cooling herbs and tea like chamomile, peppermint, mint, great for summertime, pitta season. And then after summer, what comes next? It's fall. And so this is a Vata time of year. And after, kapha seasons, the rebirth, pitta seasons, the flame, everything's in full motion. And then Vata is kind of the end, it's death, leaves are falling, things are dying. We're coming to an end as the full cycle continues on. So during the Vata time of year, this is fall and fall and early winter, things are getting much drier. Like I said, it's dying off. So things are getting drier, where there's a lot of movement going on around us, within us. So we want to balance that by eating grounding foods. We want root vegetables. You want to focus on the sweet, sour, and salty taste. You want to keep the body moist by practicing Abhyanga and consuming warming herbal teas. You want, nice warm massages. You want to emphasize self-care practices, practice grounding, slow hatha yoga, incorporate prayer and alternate nostril breathing into your practice, and then maybe having a hearty, more filling breakfast like oatmeal. So the seasonal routine, this is our Rituacharya, and this is living in accordance with the seasons. So building off of the Ritucharya and connecting it to the Dinacharya, you can kind of use both in the same. So we want to have the Dinacharya, that daily routine, that morning practice that we do every single day. However, we want to incorporate the seasons into that daily practice. So during, kapha time of year, if we're having a morning routine, maybe practicing a couple like sun salutation A and B after our morning meditation. And then during like pitta season, during the summer, instead of after our meditation, maybe doing, 5 minutes of cooling, like stretching on the ground to kind of help cool the body down and ground ourselves. And then as we move into the Vata time of year, maybe after our meditation, we do alternate nostril breathing to kind of help us calm our mind and any movement that's going inside of our body and just really ground us into our present moment. So you really want to incorporate some of the seasonal routines and build them into your morning practice, this Dinacharya ritualized routine, to ultimately live a more harmonious Ayurvedic life. So this is an explanation of what Dinacharya and Ritucharya is in Ayurveda. My name is Claire. If you guys like this video, please let me know in the comments below. Like my page, check out some other videos, and let me know what you guys think, and I will see you next time.